can't. You guys record on Saturdays.
Yeah, at like 2.
Yeah.
When I'm sleeping.
You like to sleep.
Yeah, I do.
No, humans don't need sleep.
That's not true.
Can this be part of the show?
3,
2, 1. Happy New Year!
Mazel tov.
Hey, and welcome to the Hearth episode 8. My name is Christopher Puner, and I'm joined live at the Warfinch 2015 Meetup.
Hashtag
by,
live.
well, first of all, our audience.
Woo!
Secondly,
That was just me and Nick.
I'm just gonna go down. I'm gonna go down the line. I've got an Aiden Frost Rock Arts.
That's me.
Nick the King Cooper.
Hello.
And a Matthew Hillman.
That's it?
Don't call me
All
Matthew
right.
Hillman.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
All right.
And change things up for the live show. Come on.
So I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is a live show. So if it sounds a little bit different, it's because we're recording at a table and there's mics on the table and it's different and there's people in the room besides just us. If you listen to the Leadcast recording, you already heard me talk about this. So I'm gonna cut the jibba jabba. But we are gonna do a full episode of the Hearth because it is Saturday, and this is normally our recording day anyway. So welcome. And get hype. We're gonna do some fun stuff here with the crowd and bits and pieces and different parts of the show. I'm excited as hell. But we're gonna do normal stuff like news, which will then extrapolate out into audience involvement. I'm
looking right at me.
I'm excited. Hi, Rob.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, Rob, who we always talk about and avoid trying to name. He's sitting dead center. I can see him. It's great. All right. So I actually want to come to the first point last. But for pieces of news, first thing being up is the one that I hate the most because I hate dungeoning in Draenor because Skyreach sucks.
And so does every other dungeon.
Right. Oh, you're not wrong.
Okay.
For this weekend. No. Upper Blackrock Spire. No.
Yes.
It
If
was
you
bad
liked
the
it-
first
oh my
time, and it
God.
was bad the second time.
Because you never did it on Mythic.
You're not wrong either. Well, good news for you, Rob. You get reputation gains in heroic and mythic dungeons when you down bosses this week.
Hey, what they fucking do?
There's a quest involved that you get from your garrison. Like I was gonna say, you're right.
He does have it right
He's
there.
not wrong.
Can we
about
kick
that
him out of the
either.
room?
Yeah.
No, we have some.
He's
active
no longer
Warcraft,
invited to the meetup.
Warcraft fans in the audience, which I'm sure will just yell at us for getting things wrong at one point in time or another tonight. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Today we're going to go through and we're going to detail every class in Warlords of Draenor and talk about it extensively, naming every skill in the skill book.
And then we'll go through the evolution of talent trees.
Oh,
in
yeah.
every single expansion.
Yeah, definitely.
Explore all the talents. Draenor will take 5 minutes, and Vanilla will take 3 days.
Only a player who played in Vanilla would say that.
Pretty much, I did.
I know.
Because I tell you all the time.
Yes, you do.
That's why you know I'm a vanilla player. Patch the 6.2, they came out with these really cool Fury of the Hellfire wallpapers that you can get from.
Really cool.
I think they're cool as fuck. How is it?
I just like shitting on WoW, okay?
No, they're pretty neat. I was looking at them before we started the show today, and they're like really neat. Just like they're normal, really great concept art sort of stuff. Like just fully realized and fully colorized and stuff like that. With like Gul'dan looking like Gul'dan, who's got like he's like that smug like I have a huge cock face. You know what I'm talking about? He's got that curled like claw thing, and Greenfire's like blah 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 blah. I don't get my way in this expansion. It sucks. Yeah. Like that face. Well, it looks great, and it's available for you to go download for free, I guess. So that was a piece of news on their front page that I picked up. Why don't you want to talk about the exciting grand tournament news, Mr. Frost?
We get to pay a lot of money if you want to.
Welcome to Blizzard.
Yeah, there's a pre-purchase bundle for a grand tournament. For $50 US dollars, you can get 50 tournament packs. So I mean, that's the only tier that they have for it. I guess it's a $10 discount from if you wanted to pay $60 when it comes out for 50 packs. I hate to say it, I'm still gonna do it, but because I need to. I need all the cards. But that seems like it seems a lot for a pre-purchase. It seems I thought they were gonna lower it by like 15 or 20 at least, at the very least.
Yeah, $10 isn't that much to save.
Yep, but I'm still gonna pre-purchase it. Sadly, I'm gonna do it like a day before because like there's no point in doing it right now. I'd rather have my money with me. They also announced that for arenas, instead of getting a GVG pack, you get a random pack, whether it be normal, GVG, or Grand Tournament.
Oh, that's good.
Because heaven forbid we get the
I
new
wish
pack.
I wish it be like I wish it was like you get to choose though. Like that would be way better, I think.
Yeah, I don't know, but they were giving away the GVG cards for in arenas this whole time.
Oh no, they
I don't
needed to
know.
stop that. I understand
Yeah,
that, but I
it's
think you
like,
should be able
yeah.
to choose which ones you want.
But I think it's going to be the same thing. Like, I wouldn't want to give away the Argent tournament one or what's it called, Grand Tournament.
Grand
The
Tournament.
Grand
I
Tournament.
don't know why they.
It's 133 or
It's the fucking
132
tournament,
new
right?
cards. It's a lot
Yeah,
of
they
new
announced.
cards.
Why do we call it
They
the
called
Grand
it the Grand Tournament because it's a playoff of it, as in like they have a bunch of characters who wouldn't be in the Grand Tournament that are kind of like shitty pirates or like kind of useless characters, whereas the Grand Tournament's for great warriors, kind of.
Oh, okay.
The lore-wise, apparently, this actually falls after
Yeah.
they finished with the Argent tournament, and like they dealt with Arthas, and they were just like, well, we have all this stuff set up. We might as well just make this into a thing. And so they turn it into this grand tournament, hence why they're able to do like a bunch of things that weren't there before, are like really ridiculous, like make bad pirate cards, like Frost was saying. So that's kind of
It's
exciting.
okay, guys. Pirates will be a thing at some point.
It's okay. I
Eventually.
love cheese decks. That's great.
Yeah.
And we have one oh you get the cool card back you were talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I said like not only you get a card back, so like pre-order it the day before. I mean, there's no real reason to do it now because like you can't even open them yet. You have to wait till it actually comes out to open the card packs.
Too
Yeah.
bad it can be for Christmas.
Yeah, really.
That
No.
sort of thing.
It's sometime next month, whether it be like the first day or the last day of the month. We don't know.
Yeah. We've got one piece of Here's the Storm news, and I don't want to read it because it makes me super angry. It's just a weekly sale.
Hey, Tassadar's half off. Mecha Tassadar's half off.
Pissed.
And
I just bought that skin.
what does that word say?
Is that English?
Oh yeah, it's a Kaijo Diablo skin
Kaijo Diablo
for
skin
$249.
is more than half
Kaiju?
off?
Kaiju?
Does this say Mecha
Okay.
Tassadar is currently $11.24?
29 cents.
29.
And that's on sale,
I bought it full price.
which
Jesus.
is
$50.
It was totally worth it.
It changes.
I was also really drunk at the time, but it was worth it. I always get compliments on that skin.
Legendary skin.
You know
Yeah.
what? I think the way that Riot did it is so brilliant because when you buy RP, you don't realize how much you're spending on the
Yeah,
skins.
yeah. There's
Like
just,
looking at the skin and seeing $20 USD, psh, no way.
There's
Like,
there's
I
like
couldn't
a
do that.
great little conversion rate where they just make it completely ambiguous because you don't
Yeah.
remember what the actual rate is.
Right, exactly. It's
Unless
close
you're
to
smart
something,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. But I'm not.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, well, let's go back to probably the most exciting piece of news, which is they made an announcement that they're going to make an announcement at
Blizzard is so good at this.
at Gamescom 2015. It's going to be the new expansion. They're going to announce what it's going to be, which is kind of hype and kind of exciting. But I wanted to do something because we did theorycraft a little bit on the show about what the new expansion might be, like setting.
Yeah, because we don't like to talk
class,
about current content.
stuff like right. This is why I'm avoiding that topic altogether, and we're going to, as a group, one at a time, we're going to build the next expansion. So here's a couple of things that are going to happen. So I'm gonna like go one at a time throughout the audience, and you guys can add one sort of detail to the expansion. We're gonna get it started, so there's like a foundation that makes sense. Hopefully, don't jack this up, Matt Hillman.
Jack, what up?
So an example of things that you can add to this is a new race and what it is.
Hillman.
Right? Obviously, don't everybody pick a new race. A new class and what it is. Like the setting, and then some sort of like lore-based, like if you know anything about it, like what sort of storylines are going to be progressed. And while we're doing this, I'm going to draw for the stream because we are live streaming this. I'm going to draw the cover art for this expansion based on the details that I'm receiving, and it'll be terrible, and it'll be great. So why
I'll
don't we
start.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Okay, so the new expansion.
We also need a name, by the way.
Okay, we'll come up with that at the end.
Yeah, we'll think about
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
It'll happen in the
Yeah.
middle sometime, and we'll be like, "That's the name right
Yeah.
there."
I'm gonna do this in Sharpie. This will be great.
yeah.
Cool. So the
Real fucking neato.
the new expansion, obviously, new race. You all know what it is, right? And the new class, which is going to be, I'm really hype. But most importantly, we're going to a new world, brand new, never before seen in the world of Warcraft. Rob, what's the name of the new world again?
Massage, isn't it, or something?
I don't know what he said. Tartar, what's the name of the new world?
Are you making this decision somebody else's decision for you?
Oh, absolutely.
No. You can go last time because they're going to get an opportunity.
What?
Everybody gets an opportunity. Everybody
Jesus.
we're all going to add a detail. So
I know.
Oh,
I'm facilitating that.
this is the
I guess
dumbest
the
thing.
way
All right,
you're
that's fine.
saying it because it has to be like a first detail mentioned. If
Yeah, I want the four of us to make something up really quick, and then
We're setting
can
the
riff.
ground base.
People can riff.
Yeah, I know,
dude.
but I'm not creative.
Give me a bass melody so we can riff, bruh.
All right, fine. We're going to a new world, primarily inhabited by trolls.
Trolls. All right, I'm gonna put a hut on here.
Okay.
Nick.
Oh God.
I don't.
New playable race ogres.
Ooh.
Okay.
Are they neutral?
No.
No?
Horde exclusive. Fuck the
Horde
Alliance.
exclusive. Alliance doesn't get a new race.
Alliance doesn't get
Wow. All right then.
In addition to pet battles, like with that great game mode, like little fun little.
Yeah, that great game mode.
Yeah.
All right. I've been playing pet battles pretty recently, and they're pretty great.
Why?
all
Because
right?
you ran out of other shit to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Can't
So
play
yeah.
the real game. Might as well play Pokemon.
In addition to that, like little mini game in the game, you're gonna be able to play a game called Hearthstone within the game. You're gonna have to go to the innkeeper's hut, then you can battle your friends with all the cards that you have in your real game.
Which is a separate card list than
Yeah, it's a
from the
completely
actual
different-
Hearthstone
yeah.
game.
It's not actually
their
Hearthstone.
New,
Yeah,
new expansion
okay.
comes out next month. It's $50 to pre-order it.
Oh, I heard that somewhere. All right, well, mine's going to be that they're going to make it in the spirit with their mercenary mode. All factions are going to be everything, so you can be any race and any faction you want because you personally had a change of heart in the lore.
All right, so what you're telling me...
It's
Hold
going
on.
to solve all the PvP issues.
What you're
I
telling
swear
me
to God.
is that
PvP
if I...
is just going to be humans versus humans.
If I wanted to
You're not
be...
wrong. Every man for himself, man.
If I wanted to
Literally.
be on the
You're fine.
Alliance, but I don't want to play anything but Troll, I'm allowed to do that?
Yes.
I quit. I no longer want to be part of this podcast
Rip
or
Matt.
this world.
Rip Matt, that's fine. Look at this great ogre I'm drawing on the front here. He's not fat at all. He's a very lean ogre.
To the audience.
Yeah, let's move this right along.
Alright.
Oh.
I don't even play this game, but here we go.
Okay.
Alright, so the main storyline will center around Nick getting hit with a gummy dinosaur. Okay, yeah, here we go.
Dinosaurs, yeah. That's actually
okay.
not
It
bad.
will center a conflict. The ogres and the trolls are fighting for control over the main livestock of the world, which are dinosaurs.
Wow.
Actually, that's okay. So
That's
if you didn't
actually
hear it,
viable. That
The
could
thing
happen.
is that he said that the trolls, which are featured, and the new race ogres are fighting over their livestock, which is dinosaurs. And you don't play this game, but dinosaurs are prevalent in where the trolls in their starting zone.
Yeah.
So like, good on you, mate.
Boom.
All right. Okay. What about you, April?
The ogres are gonna have a new exclusive legendary item.
Is it Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker?
Please, for the love of God, that'd be amazing.
Oh.
And it's gonna be basically a keg party. And it's gonna get everyone smashed, and they're all gonna dance around. And when they do that, and they do their little like dance thingy mabobber, they're gonna knock people out of all of their mugs.
Okay. So there's gonna be a lot of drinking in this. Is that
Brewmaster Monk Part 2.
Brewmaster Ogres would be amazing with that new legendary. That'd be baller. I'm down. Okay. Carlos.
I want the name of it to be Ogres of Ick Day.
Ogres of what?
Ick Day.
Ick Day?
Yeah.
How do I spell that?
Big Latin for dick.
Okay.
It sounds
Write it down.
cool, though. It sounds pretty
Yeah, it
cool.
does.
I would play
How do you,
that.
like actually write out pig.
ICKDAY. Right? Yeah. Ick Day.
D-A-Y. Ick Day. That actually sounds like
It sounds
like a
good. It looks
children's movie.
terrible.
Ick
Making
Day?
shit up like Drake and all these places.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
make my shit up. Don't worry.
No, you're right. No, you're right. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Blizzard
like,
hire me tomorrow.
please.
They might. Okay. I've got the name of the expansion, Ogres of Ikday, on here. I'm excited. What else? Let's move on. Let's go to Tartar.
There's going to be a shitty pirate class no one wants to play.
Ooh.
Okay.
New class. New class is pirate.
I would play pirate.
I would play pirate.
No.
Here's the best part.
Shitty pirate.
Here's the best part.
All right, I wouldn't play shitty pirate.
There's no like ocean or nautical part, so there's just like.
Oh, it's just one giant landmass.
Yeah, it's like a giant landmass with just like a bunch of pirates that are there for no reason, but they're pirate. Like they're like lost pirates.
Okay.
The lost pirates of Ikday. Like
The Lost Pirates of Ikday.
The Lost Pirates of
they got
Ikday.
super
I want to
drunk,
play pirate.
and they ended
I would
up
play
like-
pirates.
God.
See?
Okay.
I would
The
definitely play
legendary
pirate.
got
The
them all
legend-
drunk,
there
and
you
they're
go.
stuck.
So
That's
now
perfect.
they're dinosaur pirates.
All right, so new class, shitty pirate.
Shitty pirate.
Shitty pirate. I'm on board. Rob.
Well, because this expansion was such a great success,
Yes.
they're gonna allow you to go back now, and just to seal the deal, you're allowed to blow up your own garrison.
Ooh.
Oh my God!
Ooh,
Success.
Boy, I don't think I can draw enough happy people on the front of this for that. All right, so he said, if you couldn't hear, that we're going to be able to go back to Draenor and blow up our garrison.
Yeah.
So we can finally move on with our
Well,
goddamn
we have to
lives.
bring shitty pirates with us to help us
Right,
blow up the
it's just-
garrison.
yeah.
And that's how what the use of the shipyard's gonna be.
The ship. That's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
That's amazing. That's good. Yeah, we'll train in the shipyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll be like, wow, this shipyard is shitty, and we produce shitty pirates. And then you blow up your garrison when you're done.
Boom. Done. Easy.
Game over. That's
Simple.
it.
And Gangplank's on this island because Rye killed him, so he moved to Blizzard.
Oh, okay.
Pretty
He's
much.
a spirit healer.
Gangplank is there. Perfect. All right. White hair.
As they
Gang,
fight
gang,
over
gang.
the dinosaurs as the resources and stuff, they're eventually going to be able to tame them and ride them, which will give way to the new dinosaur-based PvP with the dinosaurs as the siege engines, like in the battleground.
Okay.
All right.
I've
Dinosaur
already.
siege engines in battlegrounds.
With a gun on the
Okay.
Just in the background.
I'm gonna have to draw a Brontosaurus in the back with like a machine gun.
All right.
All right. So we still need raid ideas and a final boss.
Let it be known that
So-
ogre looks sexy.
Yeah, that's pretty
He's bulky as fuck. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
great right now.
Been in the gym.
He's got
No,
rock
dude, he's
hard
been working
dick.
with Dyrone.
So just remember that we need some concepts for other races that are on this world, Ikday, and final boss and some raid content. So Rick, you're up.
Can some of the raid content be you killing a meteor that's coming towards?
Yeah, I can.
All right, Armageddon. That's gonna be one of the raids. Isn't that movie, Armageddon?
I have no idea.
Or what? What's the one where they have to go up and
That's
blow
Armageddon.
up? Armageddon, yeah, Armageddon.
Yeah, with Bruce Willis.
All right, so could
Probably.
somebody summarize that in a way that I can add it to our?
One of the raids is
There's a giant meatball that threatens the earth.
You're in space.
I think you heard him wrong. He said meteor.
And you must stop the meteor threatening your dinosaur.
No, they watched
there's
Cloudy
a
with a Chance of
meteor
Meatballs
heading for
before.
our dinosaurs.
Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Held together by raptors.
Oh wow.
Can I tell you guys what the actual expansion will be after this?
Yes, we can talk about what the actual expansion will be after this, but I'm having a really good time drawing
me too.
dinosaurs with cannons on
Or-
their back and shit.
Wow, Colton.
So there's a new flying mount.
New flying mount.
Basically just a giant pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl.
That already exists.
They have that.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't play WoW.
That's fine. Hey, there's a new pterodactyl.
Just say it's a two-headed pterodactyl.
With 8 wings.
That exists too. So
Yeah, that does exist.
Yeah, 8 wings would be cool for pterodactyl.
8 wings.
Wait, an eight-winged pterodactyl mount?
Yeah.
how does that even work?
Chris is like, how do you draw that?
I can do it. We're just moving so fast.
There's a new flying mount. It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but instead of arms, it's got jet turbines.
Jet turbines? Can we go back to the 8-winged pterodactyl? I just want to draw a pterodactyl with so many wings it doesn't know what it's doing. I don't even know how to fly. Just spins really fast.
It's a
All right.
helicopter pterodactyl.
So while he's drawing that, we still need a final boss. Go ahead.
Horde exclusive raid where the gnomes are trying to take the dinosaurs and turn them into oil.
Nice!
What are they, like, whales now?
Oh,
That's really good.
Horde exclusive raid.
I like you.
Oh, Horde exclusive raid.
Horde exclusive raid.
That's
Where
a bunch of shit.
this
The
should just
Horde,
be a
Horde exclusive
Horde
expansion.
exclusive expansion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if you play Alliance, you have to stay in Draenor.
You're stuck in.
And level the Draenor leveling until 110. We didn't even talk about the level cap. Are they increasing the level cap?
Well, I don't know. Somebody can outline
All
that.
right, Tom. Tom, we need a final boss and a level cap.
Wait, final boss.
No, the
A
final
level
boss
cap.
to me.
Or
I couldn't hear anyone ever talk.
Final boss and a level cap.
Level cap. Level cap would be 125,
125 is the level cap.
and the final boss, Sylvanas.
Ooh, Sylvanas.
What a twist.
What a twist.
With the zombie pirates.
The
Whoa!
zombie pirates?
All right, so
That would be-
7.1.
Died, and Sylvanas just brought
7.1 is when
7.0.
is when the Horde have to stop the meteor, and then when
Yeah.
they stop it, they release 7.2.
What's the Alliance doing
where
during this time? What are they even doing?
They're jerking off in Draenor. Who gives a shit?
It's a Horde exclusive expansion. All right.
They're crying in their garrison.
Horde. Yeah, they can't. They're still stuck at the last level cap.
Yeah.
They can't PvP because these guys are.
And then in
25 levels higher than
7.2,
them.
Sylvanas resurrects all the dinosaurs because you didn't stop the meteor because you're
Dinosaur
bad.
planet.
And resurrects all the dinosaurs, and then you have
I
to.
can't go back. I've gone too far.
And then you have to fight through the zombie dinosaurs.
Fight through the
and
pain,
kill Sylvanas.
Tom. Fight through the pain.
Oh, I've been fighting for the
Okay. All right. Hey, magic nerds in the back.
What?
Give me one detail about the upcoming new World of Warcraft expansion. It can be ridiculous.
It's getting an equivalent item called the Party Keg, like Lord of the Rings Online.
Ooh, we already had that actually. Oh man! Ooh.
That's really funny.
All right. Anything? What'd you say?
Breasts.
Bigger breasts?
Yeah.
Actually, I have an adjuster now.
We've,
Horde
yeah.
only.
We're gonna have 4 breasts.
Just new physics.
Wait, what?
New physics, new boob
Breast
physics.
physics.
How about just a boob slider?
Yeah, you get a boob slider now. And a butt slider. For the butt.
Boob slider. Shit.
Oh.
That's
where's
more
this
of a like
go?
side of the box, like.
Boob
Give
slider.
the T-Rex
slider.
also a butt slider for the blood elf. Yeah, they need
No, they're fine.
John Cena.
Yeah, and then no, they're fine.
That's pretty good.
Hey Evan, give me a detail about the new expansion. You'll be the last person.
I don't know.
Neither does half this room right now.
How about this? Pick a word in the English language.
Bomb.
All right.
Pick a proper noun in the English language.
A proper noun?
Proper noun.
Why?
Proper noun.
Just do it.
Why? Holy
Crazy
shit.
stuff, like crazy story of what
Then
they
do
were
it.
gonna do.
Then do it. We're pretty far along here. pretty far along
Very
here.
detailed.
Just come on. Just give me something.
They're going to space.
That
Whoa!
does make sense.
All right, so you're telling me space zombie shitty pirates
How are they going to stop
On
meteor
the
without going
meteor.
on the meteor?
Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
Is this Call of Duty or something?
How are you going to stop the meteor if you don't go to space?
Yeah.
Well, there's no stop the meteor. There's space. There's no water. There's space pirates.
Take my love, take my land. All right, we're gonna reel this back in real quick.
Okay, yeah, Matt. I'm just finishing up the finishing touches on our
All right.
on our cover.
I would play that.
I'm putting stars in the sky and
I would
craters
quit League
on
for
the,
that.
I like how there's a
Blizzard?
hut with a nice dirt path going through this moon I'm drawing.
Blizzard, please hire us. Okay, so let's just recap a little bit. The next expansion to the World of Warcraft, Ogres of Ikday. New level cap, 125. New playable class, the Shitty Pirate. New playable race, Ogres, Horde only. This is actually a Horde exclusive expansion. If you play Alliance, you're stuck in Draenor. So have fun with that.
You're stuck in Draenor with all the Horde related lore material that was already there.
Oh, also we've introduced global PvP on all servers, regardless of distinction, so that if you come back as a Horde player, you can be level 25 and shit on all the Alliance and blow up their garrisons, which is great. It also takes place in space.
It takes place in space.
And on the moon Ikday, which is a dinosaur planet.
Yes.
With Sylvanas or something. I don't even really know.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Sylvanas, yeah, she's the
I
final
don't have
boss.
room for her.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We'll release a video in like 3 or 4 months where we spoil 6.2 or 7.2 for everyone. It'll be great.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's no quests. Sorry. Forgot to mention that. There's no quests in this expansion
You
at
just
all.
farm dinosaurs.
Yeah, you
until
just
you're
farm
145.
dinosaur bones. That's it.
All right, cool.
And turn them into
the
wreck.
other side of the All right, so I don't know. Do we want to show?
Yeah,
this?
show it off.
All right, so this is what the cover art looks like for the new expansion.
It's pretty good.
It looks like absolute dog
see it?
shit. I drew it with a Sharpie.
Color it later.
Looks pretty sharp.
No, it's fun.
Good one, Rob.
Thanks.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you can see
Nice
it.
meme.
All right, there you go. Yeah, do what
Nice
you want.
meme expansion.
All right, so here's the real expansion. All right.
All right, so now we're gonna do some real theory crafting.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is totally serious. It's gonna be in a world
Pass it around.
very similar to Draenor.
Wow.
In fact,
Boob
it's
slider.
Draenor from the past, but it's in
Alright.
another timeline because this is
third
Warlords
timeline?
of Draenor 2. Because at the end of Hellfire Citadel, we're gonna capture Gul'dan, but then he decides he doesn't like the outcome, so he's gonna go back in time to restart Warlords of Draenor. And everyone reverts back to level 90, and it's the same expansion.
You pay $60 to try
You
it
pay
out.
$60 to play another year of Warlords of Draenor.
Okay, I'm
That's
not down for that.
Innovative, innovative.
Everybody in the audience.
Forward
at
progress.
at the announcement is just
Wait,
like,
wait.
stunned.
Question: If I pre-order it, do I get a level 90 boost again?
No. That was
Level
a one-time
100
offer.
boost?
Yeah.
Is the level
Probably
cap
still gonna
raised?
pre-order
No,
it.
It's the same
it's
level
the
cap?
same expansion,
Oh, okay.
and everything's reverted
No,
back
they
to
actually
the day
deleted
before.
everybody's characters and they made you restart at level 1.
No.
no,
It just gets reverted back to the what?
You keep all of your items. You just can't wear
Yeah,
them.
but they're all required level 100.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate for you, but
Yeah, it is. Especially because I had your
What are you gonna
road
do?
tier stuff at the end of last
What are you gonna do,
expansion.
Okay. Well, actually, do you guys want to talk about this? Because with the addition
No.
of Nick, I think we've revisited this like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't.
What?
Did we
I don't
talk
know.
about? Did we talk about the theories about maybe a new Lich King now that we know like more about the ending of HFC and stuff?
dude,
like
all right,
that?
all right.
I don't know anything.
I would
boy.
love.
Okay.
I would love.
Boy.
To be fair, we never talked about a new Lich King. We
Yes.
talked about revisiting Bolvar as the Lich King.
We did talk about that.
Yeah.
Not that we were going to replace him or anything, but that was going to be a main point in the
That
next
he
story.
could be the new.
He
well, no,
could
no, no, no,
be
no, no.
part of the next story. I
Yeah.
think that's likely.
All right, so here's
it's like-
all right. This is for real. I'm not being sarcastic
Okay.
this time.
Good.
Next expansion, there's gonna be. I'm not. No, I'm serious.
In a world far.
I don't believe you anymore.
Bolvar's gone absolutely insane.
You've
Okay.
lost my trust.
Like someone in Northrend is like.
Fucked up big time.
No, they rise up, take control of ICC, like reclaim the throne. Like
Bolvar
someone,
does?
No, someone super strong-willed. Bolvar is defeated. He's gone. He's yeah, exactly. Frost. And then in the meantime, the Horde and the Alliance are fighting the Demon Gate or whatever. That
Wrath Gate?
that Kill Jaden and
yeah,
Sargeras
yeah.
are gonna open.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
And then they're like, there's no way we can win unless we turn to one man. And then they're going to go to ICC to ask for help because the most powerful army in the World of Warcraft is the Scourge.
Burning Legion.
The Scourge.
Arguably the Burning Legion.
The Scourge.
I don't want to have this argument with you right now in
All
front
right.
of a live audience. I don't want to come
So-
to blows with you where I can't edit it out you being wrong.
All right, the Scourge. All right, the Scourge. And they're going
The
to be
Scourge
like,
was created by the Burning
whoa.
Legion.
Yeah, and the Scourge is stronger than them. That's why the Burning Legion
I
fell
disagree.
before.
Yeah, there's people in the audience shaking their heads no.
No one knows what you're... none of them play World of Warcraft.
Whoa! Hey,
Oh.
Much stronger.
Thank you, Colton.
Colton, you don't play.
He's like the highest elo person
Basically
here.
as strong as Exodia.
Well, they are,
Scourge is as strong as Exodia.
they are stronger because they did break free from their will.
Only a couple of key characters broke free
Great.
after the power was like lessened on the Scourge.
Yeah, but
side.
they're free now.
I played the
all right. So you guys are all
Arguably
wrong.
not.
No, all right.
What's gonna happen-
Wait. So then they go to ICC and they're like, Bolvar, we need your help. And it's gonna be like, Bolvar is no longer here. And then they get the Scourge help and they defeat the Burning
Is
Legion.
it Voldemort?
No, it's not.
Is he the new Lich King?
That's from Harry Potter.
Dear Lord
Oh.
in heaven.
That's
I
from
knew
Star
I heard
Trek.
that somewhere.
That's from Star Trek.
Oh, Star Trek. Is
Yeah.
that the one with Luke Skywalker and the beam swords?
I will
No.
smack
No.
the shit out of you.
That's the one with the Princess Link.
Let's
Princess Link. Yeah, that's it.
let's move on from this conversation.
So what I was going to say is that the truth is, and what I truly believe is that we're going to a place we haven't been before, and it's going to be totally different than what we got for Draenor, what we had in Pandaria. I think it's going to be, something totally new because they won't make that mistake again. I don't think so.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think the Naga may be a playable class.
That would be possible.
I think
That would
it's
be cool with that.
likely.
But I want the Naga to be a neutral race.
No, they'll do Naga and Jinyu probably.
I really doubt that they would bring up the Jinyu and they wouldn't bring up the Hosen at the same time.
Hosen would be
Because
a shit-
it doesn't
shit
matter
race.
if
I
they're
don't wanna
shit
play
race or
Hosen.
not. They coexist
But two
in
They
the
don't say
same
words.
level.
They say Ooker and the Duker.
Yeah, they do.
That's
they
hilarious.
It
That's
is
so
hilarious.
funny.
I remember
You wouldn't
being
want your
7.
character to play that.
Yeah, you remember being 7
really
and playing Mr. Pandaria?
Yeah, I do.
And Duke Ukum.
Yeah, a Duke Ukum.
Oh my god.
You're gonna ook all night, Tom. All right, so let's move on from this conversation because this sucks.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right, cool.
All right,
So
sounds good.
what's next on the docket list, dude? You want to talk about
What are you talking about?
we have a couple of key points we need to hit at some point in time today.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
Shit.
You had things prepared, I believe.
Probably should have wrote those down.
Maybe you should.
It's on the back of the paper in front
No,
of
it's
you, dude.
definitely not.
Yeah, but no one can read that, man.
All right, so as far as I know, we did news. There's nothing competitive as far as I know.
There actually is. There was one.
Is there
The
here
July
some
Open is still happening. It's finishing now.
No, it finished like 2 weeks ago. We talked about
It
that.
didn't finish 2 weeks ago. They
Or
were
last
still
week.
going. They were still going, weren't they?
It finishes at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
July
Which is-
Open?
Yeah.
Which is this past week before we did our show.
Didn't Tempo Storm win that?
No, they just won, I think.
Yeah. They hadn't won at the time of recording last time, but they have now.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
All right, Tempo
to
Storm won.
Storm.
Cool, whatever.
Oh boy.
As far as I know, the Archon Team League tournament didn't happen this weekend.
It did not.
This
It
did
week.
not.
So
They took the week off because of our meetup.
okay, yeah, good for them. Thank
Yes,
you.
they did.
You know what, Amaz? I appreciate that. And then what comes after competitive? Card of the week.
Card of the week.
Card of the week.
Hearthstone card of the week.
You know,
The new expansion.
when we were talking about the new expansion,
boss.
somebody mentioned Sylvanas, so we should just do that one.
Oh, okay, that sounds good.
Cool.
Let's just do Sylvanas then.
Scripted.
So why don't we have the two people that know absolutely nothing about Warcraft lore talk about
Oh, me,
Sylvanas.
Nick?
No.
Yeah, talk about her card first. and
Yeah,
what she
I want to
does.
say why she's good, because she's probably the best legendary in the
All right.
game.
Well,
Probably.
she's
That's
10 mana, 3/7.
No.
No, 4.
Not at all.
5 mana.
7/3,
What?
7/3.
6 mana, 2/1.
She is a 6 mana 5/5.
Thank you. There we
with
go.
The Death Rattle take control of a random enemy minion. I mean, she's probably one of the best legendaries in the entire game, right? Like,
Oh
five.
yeah,
Top 5
definitely
easy.
top 5.
so not only is she like actually playable in all types of decks, including even like some aggro decks. Like, I would even like put her at like your one high drop of like an aggro hunter deck. like,
Probably
honestly.
not.
I would
face
play her.
hunter.
I would play her in like mid range completely.
you?
Yeah.
Mid range maybe.
Yeah, I maybe
But
not
I don't-
face hunter
I don't
because it
think I
doesn't do
would
immediate
face hunter.
damage. But I'm
Yeah.
saying like she's probably one of the cards if you had to include a 5 or more mana card. Like she's
Oh, yeah.
good. She's
Yeah.
she's very flexible in all the different decks.
Yeah, I would say she has a couple downsides. You don't want to play her in control-y decks really because there's no reason
What are
to.
you talking about?
Control warrior? You're playing control
Yeah,
warrior?
Yes.
of course, every single deck.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every single
I didn't-
control deck.
It's just more control.
Yeah,
It's a tempo card. It is a complete tempo.
You either
card.
have to deal with it immediately, or it's going to get a beneficial trade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, if you craft her, you can put her in pretty well every single deck unless you're playing like Zoo. Actually, Zoo's probably not bad for her. But I mean, unless you're playing Face Hunter, yeah, run her in everything. She's really, really good.
Why would you play her in a zoo deck?
Because she's all right. So it's going to deal 5 damage,
Right.
almost always,
Right.
or it's going to draw a hex,
Okay.
or a silence or something like that.
For
it's
your
gonna
Doom cards.
it's gonna burn cards. It's gonna trade probably 2 for 1, and if not, it's gonna remove one of the big threats.
Okay.
You have to think of it as 2 minions. It's a tempo card. Not only are you playing a 5/5,
It's removal
but
and control.
yeah,
You're
you're
playing
taking
a
removal, you're
1-mana
taking control, or you're taking their minion.
That's fair.
You're playing a 1-mana random enemy minion.
Yeah.
That's fair. I just don't. When I'm thinking about zoo decks, I don't think of like high drop. I mean, well, any legendary per se. It's just a lot of like basic common cards that just get a lot of value out of them. So Sylvanas doesn't come to mind specifically.
She's not necessary for the deck at all. Like, it doesn't fit
No,
the
but she-
immediate playstyle of it,
I
but I
see
think
what
she's
you're
good.
saying.
She's good enough to be run in all those decks.
I'm seeing what you're saying. All right. Okay.
Picking up what I'm throwing.
So what do you know about Sylvanas there, Frost?
Something about the Forsaken.
Neat.
Okay, I've watched like trailers and stuff. That
Okay.
one thing about the Lich King. What does she? I don't even know how she's related to the Forsaken. Does she like rule them or?
She gets
Rip.
killed and brought back to life, but then she's not controlled.
Because she's
by
a
the Lich
banshee,
King.
right? She's a banshee somehow, right? I have no
don't
idea what I'm saying.
know.
All right, so you were right about ruling the Forsaken.
Hey,
Yeah.
She's let them keep going.
She's the ruler of the
No, we gotta let them flounder a little bit
Yeah.
more than that. Yeah.
Hold
yeah.
on.
Okay.
I got this, right?
I haven't gotten.
First of all, she's a
comfortable
Windrunner,
yet.
right? So, like, who is she related to, Matt?
I don't know.
God damn it.
Okay, Matt. So what do you know about this at all?
I don't know much about Sylvanas.
You don't know
I
much about Sylvanas.
No, she shows up in Warcraft in Stranglethorn. That's like the first time you see her.
Sure.
I think. No, that's not what
Sure,
it's called.
man.
Silverpine. Thank you, Silverpine
Dude, let's
Forest.
go back to Stranglethorn. I like that. I love that.
She's just chilling at the beach.
Yeah, just kicking it with
Totally.
those tigers.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Anything else from you two?
She is part of the Horde, but doesn't fully. I don't know. Why is she like get? She's Horde, right?
Yeah, she's part of the Horde.
Yeah.
She is.
That's all. I
Not
got.
really though.
She-
but I
she's
mean,
a Horde leader.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but she betrays them, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
but she's still aligned.
She's a
with
boss.
them.
Yeah, she's still technically Horde.
Yeah, which is.
Yeah, we
stupid.
talked about this with the Wrath.
That's what I
and
mean.
the
I'm
poison
going off
and
stuff
all
like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So here's a couple of things. Well, okay. First of all, you got quite a bit right.
Yeah.
I like that you're now, since we've talked about the Storm Rages, now you're really focusing on anything that has a last name.
Yep.
Windrunner. She has two sisters. She has Veriza and Illyria.
Yeah.
You know who Illyria is because of Hearthstone, right? You
Yeah.
know that she's a person. You also know who Veriza is too, right?
No.
I know the name.
How
Like
do you
you've
know
mentioned
from?
it a couple times.
Yeah. 'cause
I just
you
know.
mentioned it. Not from Hearthstone.
I
not
mean,
the
like I
same.
know
Yeah, I
the
was
name
like-
because
yeah,
it was
like, not in
mentioned.
the game at all.
No,
No.
that's what I'm saying.
So Illyria is the secondary hunter skin if you buy it.
It's
do you
pretty
know-
cool.
Do you know anything about Illyria?
did she get kidnapped or ran off or something?
No,
like
she went off into the
ran.
dark portal
Okay.
like before it got cut off, and she's been technically stranded there.
'Cause she's been gone
But she's
from,
come
like,
back
50.
now that the dark portal
Okay.
has been opened.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So you got that she's a Horde leader, also correct.
Yeah.
Sylvanas is cool as fuck. She's really, really cool. She's also a really sweet, awesome hero in Here's the Storm. She's great. So you were also kind of right about the Banshee thing. She was actually a Banshee for a period of time,
Okay.
and then she got her body back. But that's a longer story. So she was, before she died, she was a High Elf. And this was like back in like the War of the Ancients and stuff like that. This is like a long, long time ago that she was alive and doing all this stuff. So then when the Scourge ended up showing up, they like cornered her and chased her, and they're like burning down forests and stuff like that, and basically doing their whole like we're the Scourge and we suck and we hate everything sort of thing that they tend to do. And so then she's like trying to defend her homeland and trying to like get to Silvermoon and make sure that everybody's okay and understands what's going on. And she ends up like causing Arthas a shit ton of trouble. Like giving him a super, super hard time, and he is so butt mad and salty about it. And when he ends up catching her and like cornering her, she's like, "Give me a clean death. Like you win. I get it. I give up." And then he's like, "Nah, no. You gave me such a fucking hard time. I'm gonna make this terrible for you." So he ends up severing her soul from her body and turning her into a banshee. She's the first banshee. Banshees were made out of high elves. Female high elves. I don't think there's male banshees, are there? No, he just kills those. Anyway, so then she's like under the control of Arthas, technically Ner'zhul, if you really follow the chain of command all the way up in the whole control scheme. And then she goes and resides in Lordaeron with Arthas while he's there, and all the other Scourge forces that are being, kept together by the Burning Legion, basically. So over time, there's all these other Banshees, and she's like the strongest Banshee out of all of them, so she leads all these Banshees, right? Do you want to take over? Nick, because I know Sylvanas is your girl, dude.
You're doing a great job.
Sylvanas is your girl.
I'll let you know if you get anything wrong.
Okay, please do.
Yeah.
Okay. She, over time, the Nathrazim, which are the Dreadlords, there's a couple of very key ones. They start realizing that the Legion's hold on the area and the Scourge itself, because once the Scourge pretty much gets free, they're going to cause the Legion a lot of issues too. They're like, I don't really feel so great about this, and so they start like talking with some of the key forces of the Scourge, notably, Sylvanas is one of them, because we understand you're not really part of the Scourge, because you're not mindless, you're just being mind-controlled right now. And so they're really sneaky about talking with them, so if anything ever goes south, hit me up, because I'd really like to gain control of this city, that'd be great. And she's like, yeah, I hear you, but I can't do anything right now because, they have their eyes on me, pretty much. So they eventually wait until the grip of Ner'zhul and the legions the Legion is weak enough as they're getting further away and not paying as much attention to Lordaeron, and then she breaks free, but doesn't tell anybody, and pretends to still be on Arthas' side, and then plans a coup to basically defeat and betray Arthas, and she corners him in a forest with her banshees that she still controls because she's the Queen Banshee motherfucker, right? And then she ends up finding her body, which had been locked away in a coffin somewhere for years and years and years that Arthas put there just to fuck with her a little bit more. She gets her body, shoots him full of arrows, and then Kel'Thuzad shows up and saves Arthas. And then she's like, she does the whole Arthas thing. I'll chase you to the ends of the earth thing, pretty much. And then we're basically in current day after Arthas leaves to Northrend, like that, and then she just leads the Horde, the Scourge. That's pretty much it.
That's exactly what I said.
Pretty much, that's exactly what you said. She has her own agenda, which we've talked about before on this show, so I'm not going to go through it again. Plus, I'm losing interest of people in the audience. So it's a story worth telling, and so I don't really want to give it a really short, shitty summary because she's a really, really great character. But there's no way to make it interesting for a long period of time.
It also doesn't help that I know nothing of Warcraft.
Right, that's true. If you don't know anything about Warcraft, it's not. It doesn't really mean much. Rob,
the easiest way to sum her up is she doesn't do anything unless it benefits her.
Yes.
The reason why she joined the Horde is because the Alliance hates her and she needed some allies.
The Alliance hates her mostly because she helped the Scourge. No, not even because she's occupying Lordaeron, but because she killed a shit ton of humans. And she controls the Scourge, which is all their humans, and they still revile and hate them, even though they're technically free, So in all seriousness, if the Alliance had been accepting of the undead race after they had broken free of their curse, she could have been Alliance. That could have happened because she was High Elven, There are High Elves on the Alliance, and then there are Blood Elves, that come from High Elves that are on the Horde. It could have gone either way. There are a lot of High Elven heroes on the Alliance side. Illyria being the number one.
So High Elves broke off of the Alliance, completely separated after
they did
during the Troll Wars.
Yes,
because of the racism.
but there are a lot of High Elves that remained extremely prominent in Alliance, for them, their own personal stuff. Illyria being a big one.
Valyria
as
too,
well.
yeah.
That was before,
a lot of them.
That was after the
I have to
First
smile
War.
for Quinn.
After the First War, before the Second War.
Yes.
Right, elves always pretentious pricks and everything.
Elves are always pretentious pricks.
He's not wrong.
Because they're relatable.
Yeah, I guess that's
so that they're relatable to
Yeah,
somebody.
they're these holy beings, and then apparently they're pricks in this too. So it's
pretty much.
In literally everything, yeah.
Yes, elves are generally
It's because
rude.
they're just in
rude
story
dudes.
they're better at everything than everyone else.
They're like humans, but just better at
Yeah.
I feel like Elves are like a metaphor for the French. You know?
Elves are
Thank
metaphor
you.
for the French.
I've been saying it for all these years.
That's fair.
Finally, someone else
You
is.
made the one Canadian on the panel laugh, so I'm assuming that's a seal of approval.
French Canadians.
Well, that's enough about Sylvanas and why
Yeah.
she's good in Hearthstone.
Are
I
you
guess.
sure?
Yeah, I'm
What
done.
about in Heroes
I
of the
talked for
Storm?
way too much. Way
Do you guys do
too
that?
much.
No.
Yeah.
We should.
We probably
Yeah.
should.
Her,
Well, I mean, a lot of
like-
the characters aren't in here. So.
Dude, when are they adding
Yeah.
Tyrion to Heroes of the
Tyrion
Storm?
Forgery into Heroes of the Storm.
Oh my
Sick.
god.
Tyrion
That'd be
Lannister.
amazing. They already have Uther though, so they don't want to like.
But
you know.
Tyrion.
You're not wrong, but nah. But nah. But
What
nah.
about Bolvar in his
I
current state?
would love. Oh,
No.
Bolvar in his current state would be sick
No.
as fuck.
Arthas
Yeah.
is the Lich King.
No, I get that, but you could have Bolvar
As this
I don't
burnt
know.
cripple fuck?
Yeah, basically.
Hey man.
Yeah, I want to play another Abathur.
I would love to have a Bolvar skin for Arthas.
Oh,
yes.
That'd be
damn.
really
Yeah.
cool. And then all the effects would be like red and fire themed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on. What's the next thing?
I'm glad we came up with a new skin. The next thing?
Yeah, I believe it's Don't Be a Scrub. Normally.
Don't be a scrub?
Yep.
We don't have a Don't be a scrub this week.
Good. So we can go straight into the emails that we don't have.
Do you know why we don't have a Don't be a scrub this week?
Why?
I don't know. I was asking you.
Is it because
No, we
is it
don't-
because you have a new section instead?
It is.
Oh boy.
It is
Let
because
the
of
cat out
that.
of the bag.
So I'm stealing this because apparently nobody else can read it.
I can't.
All right, what does this say?
we
What
do
is
have-
this? Someone read this.
Thread on Reddit, ripped off by Warlord's Trainer. What do you think of the next expansion?
Is that what
Wow,
it says?
that's exactly what it says.
That's like a drawing.
X-Pack is what that says.
That's all right. That's not the word the.
No, with respect to
Oh, okay.
next expansion.
So he was wrong.
He didn't
Yeah.
say that,
So
but
he
he was
was
close
wrong.
enough. Okay, so anyway, maybe you've heard Leaguecast. There's a section on there called Roundtable. It's also called Dodecahedron Table. It's also called Hendekagen Table. But this is our new section on the Hearth, and we're gonna call it Gromash Hold.
Why?
Chris, explain why.
No, you told me why.
You made the name.
I know I made the name.
I didn't know why. You just go ahead and explain.
All right, we're calling it Gromash Hold because Gromash Hold is the area in Orgrimmar where the war chief, talks to all of his commanding officers. And
Because
stuff.
we're horde centric.
You know why?
Better race.
Because Horde master race.
I mean faction.
I know. I hate all of you so much.
Because Horde is the best.
Yeah.
What do you want me to call it? Stormwind Keep? I don't even know if that's a place.
Fuck you, of course it's a place. The entire thing is a castle.
Yeah, but is it really? I mean, is there a king there? I don't even know. Okay,
I'm
so
just
anyway,
done.
all alliance aside, we're doing Horde things. So this is basically Roundtable. I'm probably going to call it Roundtable sometimes.
No, don't do that.
Okay, Gromash Hold. So there was a thread on Reddit. People were bitching and complaining because they spent $60 on an expansion, and then they didn't feel like they got $60 worth of content. And, opinions aside, I really want to know, do you feel ripped off by Warlords of Draenor? But the most important thing is, what do you think of monetary value with respect to the next expansion?
Like, how much is it going to cost? Or what would it have to provide to
People
justify the current
are
cost?
saying they want more content
Yeah.
in the next expansion to justify the cost. Or
Lower
Blizzard has
cost.
been saying lower the cost, and then they feel like they're going to get a shitty expansion.
Well,
All right, so here's the general rule of thumb is $1 per hour you play. Like that's a
That
a
is
good
the
deal.
worst rule.
That's
No,
the
that's
worst
a good
rule.
deal.
Yeah,
That's
that's,
a pretty-
terrible.
That's a good deal,
would
but
you
it's a
pay-
shitty rule.
Would you pay $60 for a $60 game?
Yes.
That's a pretty good deal, right?
Yeah, but I would also pay $60 for a 30-hour game that I really enjoyed.
Or a 5-hour game.
5-hour game that I really enjoyed.
Yeah,
So
I
have
would-
you? All right. So the question
I paid
is,
$20 for Journey, and Journey was 2 hours, and I love it.
the question is, like, what? All right. Have you played more than 60 hours of Warlords of Draenor?
Yes.
So it's been a good deal.
No, it doesn't. No, okay. All right.
Like, even
Yes.
if the content has
Taking
been.
into account the also $15 that you spend a month to play.
Have you played 15 hours a month plus the initial $60?
Not this past month, no.
Okay,
Okay,
but
no,
like,
okay. The point that you're making
15 hours a month
The point
is
that you're
30,
making
30 minutes a day. That's
stands
like your
on
garrison.
stands on your assumption that $1 is equal to an hour of gameplay, and that's a good deal. You're right, that's a good deal, but that is in no way an industry standard.
No, but that's a good rule. That's a good rule of thumb to see if
it's a good
like,
okay. It's
if
a good
a
rule.
product
50
is
cents
worth
per
its price.
50 cents per hour of gameplay is also a really good rule.
It is.
'cause it
I'm
sounds
not
good.
I'm not saying.
Okay.
I'm saying it's like it's a good indicator of whether your time is worth your money that you're putting into the game.
I disagree. Completely.
Anyways,
What's
back
that-
to the
what's that-
actual question.
Quantify it then.
No, they're answering
you
the actual
pay
question.
for the experience. I think making it into hours played is not reflective of a positive experience.
Yes, there are exceptions to the rule.
All over the place, every single game, actually.
No, not
case
every
by
single
case
game.
basis.
No,
Absolutely.
no,
Yes, I'm getting a
no.
nod from Frost
He
here.
is wrong.
In this auditory
He is
medium,
wrong.
I'm going to point out my
All
fucking
right,
allies.
every single AAA game. How much would you pay for it?
in AAA games.
Would you
Whatever-
pay
whatever
every
they-
single game $60?
Yeah.
Yes, I do pay $60.
Even if, all right.
So do you.
Even if every single game was 20 hours,
Yes.
that's it.
Yes,
That's bullshit. You are throwing away money.
that's not true.
That is total
Every single-
bullshit.
If it's worth it, it's
Yeah,
not.
every
it's
single
not-
indie game
No.
I've played that I've enjoyed is like a $15 to $20 game, and it's like 4 to 6 hours of experience.
Exactly.
Like, and I
Journey,
always
20
enjoy
for
them.
2.
Yeah, To the Moon is like 20 or 15 for
Yeah.
3.5.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, well, enough
And it's
about
the best story game I've
And
ever
then there are
played.
games like Skyrim or
It's pretty
Oblivion where
good.
you put, or Path of Exile, where you put $5 in for 800 hours. Like there are exceptions to the rules, and it balances out.
completely devalues your.
No, it's
Your
$1. $1 for an hour is a good ratio
All right,
to
let's get-
judge the value of a game.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. Whatever.
No, I'm not wrong.
I think if you
get
I don't
pay
know if
60,
that's-
you
Let's
owe
get
them
some
$1
input
for every
from
hour
the
you
audience
play.
on this.
I don't know if that's totally like.
Why?
You can't just
Why?
assume that that's how it works.
Why?
Because there's no way to quantify.
You can 100% quantify this.
No.
Yes, you can.
Okay, how much is my time worth?
All right, hang on, wait.
How much is it
Well,
worth to you?
I'm sure we'll.
My
I'm
time is
sure
worth much more
we
than
will
$1 an
explore
hour.
this with.
We need to go to
comments from the
casual
audience. Let's, Carlos, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Chris, Nick, I'm sorry. I usually agree with you, but I'm telling you that you're wrong because time spent in a game doesn't correlate to the quality of the content that you're playing. You don't necessarily enjoy, like if you're playing, and I'm playing for 60 hours, and I don't enjoy those 60 hours, I'm getting to this point where I'm gonna get to the end game, I'm getting to
I'm
this
raising
point,
my hand
point.
now.
Hold on, right? And it doesn't necessarily I spent 60 hours. If I still feel robbed, it's inherently it's inherently a subjective thing. I can still feel ripped off even if I spend 60 hours on a thing that I paid 60 hours for. If I say it wasn't good enough for what I paid, I played 60 hours and I still feel ripped off. That speaks to the quality of the content.
But here's the thing: why would you play a game for 60 hours that you feel that you've been ripped off?
Because
social promises, like you are part of a guild and they expect you to be there.
Yeah, I literally played WoW for all through Cataclysm, just because my friends played it. I didn't enjoy
And you played
it. I didn't enjoy a single minute of it.
Well, why would you do that then?
Because it was
doesn't
just
make
a
any
social
sense to me.
experience.
That makes zero sense.
Yeah.
But did you enjoy playing with your friends?
I enjoyed.
Did you enjoy playing with your friends? Yes or no?
No.
Why were you doing this? Why were you doing this?
It wasn't that great. It was literally they were better than me at it, so I'm like, oh, I'll play this until we play.
All right, that goes into more like, what are you doing with your life where you're doing things that you don't enjoy for 60 hours?
It wasn't worth the 80 hours or so that I put into it.
Rob.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, actually, I was going to say, as a person who's played this expansion probably the most of anyone here, the most in-depth, I ask you this.
Is the
would
WoW
you pay
expert.
$60 for a Facebook game? Because that is what this expansion
Would you
basically
pay $60
That's
for a
absolute.
Facebook?
That's absolute horseshit. That's absolute horseshit. All right.
Every hour you're playing Farmville. No, don't you put your hand up to me.
Let me tell you why you're wrong. Let me tell you.
Black enough to do that.
Let me tell you why you're wrong.
Whoa! Rob is really white, by the way.
No, it's seriously is. It's like Farmville. Every hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, you go into a new mission, checking that. That's all you do, especially in end content. That's the only thing to do to go back on and play. Because other than that, if you're not with a raider, you have nothing to do. There's no other end game content to play.
That's fair.
The
summary of what you're saying is
it's like a Facebook game.
It's like a Facebook game,
Because
and
of garrisons, it's like a Facebook game.
because
It's
of
not really
garrisons,
worth it.
this expansion sucks.
Yeah, because you have to take your time out. Because if you want to do everything effectively,
Yeah.
you have to keep timers in your head because there's no way you can keep track them or
Oh.
somehow download now.
You could just do what I do and not care.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing,
I'm sorry.
I'm getting turned up right now.
Can I make a better comparison? Because comparison sucks dick.
Can
Rick had his hand up. Rick had his hand up.
I'm sorry, man.
if you haven't played it. It is Farmville.
I'll make a
I
better
know it is.
comparison.
That's fair.
Rick.
That's fair. Rick, go ahead. You had your hand up.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask. Like, I would pay $60 for a Facebook game if it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick would
If you
pay
enjoy
$60 for a Facebook game if it
If
was
I
good.
played 60 hours of it, I would play $60 for it.
If it's a game and it's good and it's worth the money I think they're asking for, I will pay it.
But in World of Warcraft perspective, you're wanted World of Warcraft, not Farmville.
That's.
Can I tell you why
but
you're
if
wrong?
World of Warcraft turns
Can I
into it.
can I
then
tell
it's
you why
World
you're
of Warcraft.
wrong? Tell me that these raids have not been some of the most original bosses that you've ever seen.
They're most that's part I love. The part that everyone complains about is the Farmville aspect of it.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I'm speaking
Okay.
on the complaints.
There is. Oh well.
Why?
okay.
Why? Like, I don't think that's an argument. Everyone has the opportunity
Well, what are
to
you
get
responding to really
to
quick?
April. She said, "Why
What did
doesn't?"
she say?
She said, "Why doesn't everyone? Or what if everyone doesn't get to end game content?"
Okay.
That's on a
I mean,
case.
like true mythic level.
But it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be mythic. You can do normals and have fun. You can do normals and value your time spent in a video game.
That's true. Whitehair,
You can
what
do
were gonna say?
LFR and have
Well,
fun.
I had a question for Rob.
Okay.
Kind of about like
No,
the
you
whole
can't.
it being Farmville. Like,
Question for
what
Rob
do
about
you-
being Farmville.
When you get to endgame, what do you propose that they replace that with? Like, because you've got these players that can have the time to play this 40 hours a week at least. Like, it's hard to make something that's not repetitive.
Well,
So wait, hey, I gotta summarize these because people can't hear what you're saying. All right, so Whitehair asked Rob, if not Farmville, then what? You better come up with something better, otherwise you don't know what you're talking about.
well, bring the professions back.
Bring the professions back. That is a good
They
argument.
actually ruined professions. But the thing it's not because the professions they allow you to the garrisons keep you so locked in.
Yes.
Because you have nothing to do. You go in your building and do all that. But if you're allowed to actually go out and explore, do your herbalism stuff like that, you meet more people. Like what Matt was saying in a previous episode.
Yes.
It actually gives you more of a community growth and makes you feel more involved. And
Professions inspire
Yeah.
people to leave their
leave their
the garrisons and
trade, do trading, talk with people.
Yes.
Stuff like that. Because like gem crafting and that is basically it's super easy now because they limit it
Yes.
to just like one color.
Okay, I'm gonna cut you off, even though you were done anyway.
Yeah.
So summary: professions are good for the game.
Yeah.
Great.
when the topic was.
Neat. no, that's a really good
This is
argument.
the question.
The
This is-
replacing
we're still talking
what garrison stuff. Are we completely off topic?
No, we are actually on topic.
Are we on
Yes.
topic? All right. Have you realized how you're wrong yet?
No, I
All right,
haven't.
then let's keep talking.
If I paid $60 for a game and I don't get 60 hours out of the game, I am generally disappointed by the
That-
length of the game.
That is good
by the
for-
length of the game.
That is good. That
Portal.
is,
We played Portal.
We played Portal, and I bought it for $5.
Yeah,
I
we got
have
3 hours
probably
out of it.
no. We have
We have 3 hours of it. We played
okay.
it for 3 hours.
And
You
I've,
have-
I've
that's a
played,
shitty game.
I've played
Fuck.
only multiplayer.
Yeah. That's a
It's
crappy
already
game.
it's already almost
That's a
paid for
crappy-
itself
that's a
just from the
crappy game.
multiplayer campaign.
What if you bought it
Just
on
wait until I
what
get
if-
into the
what if-
20-hour single player campaign.
It's not a good game until you get your
What if
5
you bought-
hours then. So
what
up
if you
until
bought
now,
it-
you better not be having
Well,
fun because it's garbage.
No, that's not true.
What if you bought it on release though, like for like
What if-
$60?
I opened
And
this
the
Pandora's
single player is gonna
box.
take you 5 hours.
You're
max.
not wrong.
The single player is going to take
Yeah.
5 hours?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And what about all the player-created maps?
I've never touched them because a lot of them are very bad.
The issue is not that your point isn't. It's a good test for you yourself.
Okay.
But
all right.
when you're saying here is a rule for you to judge objectively and subjectively whether or not a game is good or bad, here is your rule set and it's in the form of an absolute, that's a terrible way to go.
I'm not saying it's an absolute. I'm saying that's like a good indicator.
Okay. So
Oh.
let's say we accept that, and let's move forward because we've been talking about this forever. I'm sorry, I know lots of people had their hands up. Matt, what do you? Go ahead.
I was gonna say I stopped playing WoW this expansion.
Yes.
Because I recently saw the movie Ant-Man, and Ant-Man was a decent movie, but I actually didn't like it because it was shitty compared to a lot of the other content that I know that production company can put out.
Okay.
I started playing WoW during Lich King.
Yes.
And I fucking loved Lich King. And I didn't like Ant-Man just like I don't like WoD. And I quit because of it. Because
Okay.
if you have a certain standard, you're not reaching that full potential, why would I pay AAA money for not a AAA game?
Okay, so
That's exactly what the
I
Reddit
gotta
thread said, by the
summarize
way.
what he
Yeah.
said though for everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so he.
Are you sure?
used-
Do you want to just turn the
he-
mic so we can say it again? He said it
No.
really, really well.
He did say really. I'm going to summarize it shorter.
Yeah.
It was well put. I'm going to make it now super simple and not as good as you said it. He played WoW. He recently saw Ant-Man. He considers Ant-Man to be a good comparison in quality in like the world of Marvel movies. Ant-Man is to then Warlords of Draenor in the World of Warcraft expansion.
What would be Wrath of the Lich King for you? Avengers?
Iron Man?
Spider-Man.
The whole Iron
I'm not a
Man
big
thing?
fan of superhero movies, so
Okay.
rinse and repeat. It's kind of like losing Flash, but just older.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
fair enough. That's
Sorry.
fair. That was a good point. All right, so let's accept your standard of judging
Okay.
how good a game is.
Yep.
All right.
Now let's move forward. Does this actually apply to World of Warcraft at all, or is it just basic single player and or slightly multiplayer games such as Portal, where you can actually say this is an absolute amount of hours you're going to get out of this as a quantity?
I think it's applicable to almost every game.
Almost every game.
Almost every game. If it's worth
Is
$60,
World
it
of
should.
Warcraft one of those games?
Yes. If I'm paying $60, no, World of Warcraft's kind of different
Yeah.
because you're
That's
gonna
what I'm
spend
saying.
far longer in World of Warcraft than
could
you would
also be-
in.
You could also be spending way less based on your
That's
play
true,
style.
and that's why, like, that would be a bad example. Like, that would be someone who doesn't enjoy Warlords of Draenor.
Yes. You're right.
So the rule is working.
No.
Yes. If I didn't spend 60 hours, then it's a bad game. Then I should stop playing it. Then Warlords of Draenor was bad.
Yeah, but I don't think the price has anything to do with that. I think it just has to do with your opinion about the game.
Yeah.
I would feel less
You're
ripped
not-
off
you're not
if I
saying-
paid $30
you're
for
saying it's not
Warlords
worth
than if
the
I
money,
paid
not
60.
that the game is bad.
I'm saying I'm saying the game is bad because it wasn't worth the money.
Okay, all right. So Matt, what's the question we're answering here?
Honestly,
That's the real question, isn't it?
Were we ripped off by Warlords of
Do
Draenor?
you feel ripped off by Warlords of Draenor? And what do you think of the price of the next expansion?
like
Oh
Matt,
shit! We're yeah.
I read
we're
that
way
Reddit
off
thread,
that
by
topic.
the way. Matt explained it perfectly. That's exactly what every single comment in the Reddit thread said. Like that, previous expansions had way more content than this one. Therefore, they were disappointed with this one, and they hope that the other ones have more, either cost less with the same amount of content that the Warlords of Draenor had, or has way more content to actually justify its price. That's what everyone in Reddit was saying.
You know what Blizzard should do? Hire the developers of the Madden games, because they have been literally the same game for 15 years, and people are paying $60 for it every year.
That's true.
It's the same player with different names on the back.
That's literally what they do, yeah.
It's because they're getting 60 hours out of that game every single time, though.
They're getting more than 60
Yeah.
between single player and online.
And manager.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Franchise
so,
mode.
I just
so to
spammed
answer
the
the question, for me personally, do I feel like I was ripped off by Warlords of Draenor? Yeah, no, I was not. Because I accept and I understand their development process, because I've been playing for a long time, that this is just them testing the waters, and I'm just happy to be part of the process at this point in time. If the next expansion was also poor, and I feel like they didn't iterate and try to learn anything from it, then I would be mad. But I understand the growing pains of what they're trying to do, because they're the leading developer in their field in this sort of game. They are. They always have been. They're the most successful. They've been around. They have the opportunities to change the game as they see fit. And by the game, I don't mean necessarily their game. I mean their industry standard for MMOs. Like, I am on board, and I understand as a risk of playing this game that on the frontier like this, they're going to make mistakes. If they don't learn, then they're in trouble. But if they do, then I understand it and I accept it. So no, I don't feel ripped off yet. Rob, go ahead.
They did preface from the start this was supposed to be a short expansion, only 1 year.
They did say that.
It's supposed to be a short expansion, so when it does kind of say though that they should have maybe have lowered the price comparing to like
Mists of Pandaria, where it was $60 for that level, and it was a much bigger expansion. And they did say this is going to be a smaller expansion because it was just a 1 year. Just kind of get a little story out and then get it going to some other expansion that they're going. And like you said, it was a test. So in that way, it should have maybe been a little smaller in the price then.
Blizzard had said this would be a shorter expansion. They teased that it should be less money.
Yeah, it should have.
Like, we haven't given them a year to like a new expansion to like see if they'll learn from it. Like, obviously they got a ton of feedback, as you can
a shit ton of feedback.
So like, obviously they'll either learn from it or they'll make the same mistake again and it will take them downhill.
Yeah,
So I mean, you can't really make a judgment yet.
I agree with the Garrison stuff, testing it, because that was really interesting from the start.
Yes.
But then we learned from that near the end, it just becomes repetitive nonsense.
Garrisons were an experiment. Same with the way they restructure how rating works and how gear loadouts work for everybody. Every single expansion, even when it works, they change it.
They really tested on Hellfire because they really pushed the limits of ad fights.
Yes.
They turned bosses into more.
Well, I don't want to talk about specific raid mechanics. We're talking about that's a deep rabbit hole.
That was one that they tested, and they really tested with the raids.
Yes, they're trying to iterate in every single aspect of the game, every single time. They are. Which is the reason why I keep coming back, too. I mean, people are playing it, sure, but it's an exciting thing to be a part of. But, so...
Can I answer the question?
Yeah.
No. This has been a good expansion. Yes. Maybe not the best. It's...
Okay, keep going, yeah.
Alright, no. Alright. What did everyone say at the end of Mists of Pandaria? Like, this expansion was way too easy, I hope the next one's harder. Like, it needs to be more like vanilla. That's what every player said that has been playing for a long time. What is this expansion? Way harder, it's more like vanilla. Sure, garrisons are annoying, they take 5 minutes to do each day. That's nothing. Like, the only way they could have made this better, garrisons better, is if they had a mobile app to do it from your phone.
I would disagree because I've heard feedback from a lot of people that raid, and a lot of high-end raiding guilds actually have been breaking up over the fact that they are dissatisfied with the difficulty rating, and then therefore their satisfaction with like the rewards that they're getting because it's so accessible for end game stuff. Like the raids are well crafted and everything like that, and they're super accessible, but that means that the people that you cited for the feedback from last expansion are the people that are now disappointed again.
Yeah, I mean, that's not Blizzard's fault. They gave everyone what they wanted. They wanted a harder, more vanilla-like expansion, and that's exactly what they got.
But I also heard that it's not harder.
Tom, is endgame rating harder than it is?
People really just got stupider for Mists of Pandaria.
Yeah.
The quality of player has diminished. Okay?
Honestly.
That's fair.
The best example is there's a fight in freaking BlackRock Foundry supposed to split half-half.
Yes.
Me and Hillman were in a raid group. We split it 7-3, and it's me, Hillman, and one DPS. We finished our side before the other 7.
Yes. I understand that you're an exceptional World of Warcraft player.
You're huge, Tom.
Summary.
No, I think that's Tom's point. We're not. I mean, we're good at raiding, but we're not exceptional. You know, we've never raided top-tier raid groups before. We've never been #1 in the server. Okay. We've never been top 30 on the server. It's always been, like, we're way behind the times. We're not actually all that good at raiding. We're talking about these people we were playing with are shit tier. The whole thing is that it
and you're still progressing.
Yeah,
yes.
We got to the second. That was the second last boss.
So is that the frustrating part?
Yes, because you've made raiding so accessible for everybody that they don't even have to try. They don't have to learn their class. They can just play it casually, which is great for those people who want to play it casually.
Yes.
But if you don't learn your class, you're never going to get anywhere.
That's true.
As far as the actual hardcore raiding goes. And that's what was frustrating to us. We spent way too long on that fight. What fight was that again?
Blast Furnace.
We
spent 3 weeks to down it once because of 4 people that kept fucking up.
I wiped 4 times. I don't know who they had healing before me, but when I came in, we did. Oh yeah, leave. Holy shit. But yeah, when I came in, it didn't take us very long, and it's like all you need was a little bit of help.
Yeah.
And it's like
a little bit of help from your friends. Hey, Mr. Whitehair is saying something.
I guess my question is for you because you're saying that the raid content's really easy and it's leading people to kind of scrape by.
I didn't say that.
Oh.
That was Pandaria, though. That's kind of the feel that people got from Pandaria, was that it was much easier, much more accessible to everybody. which made you not have to really learn your class all that well.
I guess, like, the thing is, though, like, I think that's better than what happened in the Burning Crusade, where everything was ridiculously hard, and less than 1% of the players saw endgame. Like, saw the Sunwell, and were able to complete that in the Black Temple. Most of them never made it past, what was it? The place with Lady Vosh and Elthas, Tempest Keep.
The thing with that, though, too, what Alex was just saying was that in Burning Crusade it was a much different world because the rating was extremely difficult to even just get into in the first place. To even to just exist in there and actually even attempt to do things, you had to have your shit together. In comparison to current rating, where you can go in and flay around, there's a lot more room for mistakes and stuff like that. Like, some of the mechanics are fundamentally more difficult, but the entire encounter itself is much more forgiving than it used to be. The entire process is much more forgiving. In Burning Crusade rating, and I did very little, but I still understood this because I was a person that was playing and rating during that time, is that it was kind of an honor to even just be there in the first place. And the allure of being invited to those groups or working towards being part of that was satisfactory in and of itself. Before you even downed a boss, you're like, fuck, I am here right now with a group of people with one mind and stuff, and they've worked really hard to get here, so have I deserve this, and I'm happy, and therefore I'm going to perform better. Instead of just being like, well, that is a castle that has green shit coming out of it. Hey, I'm going to grab 5 of my buddies, and, we'll just get matched up with whoever the fuck decides to show up, and maybe we'll get through some stuff. Probably. It's a much different mindset, and more accessible, yes, but, where's the spirit of rating?
You know what the real problem is? The introduction of LFR.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
I want to go off at this point.
Oh boy.
The main thing is
that
Blizzard is now catering to their entire audience, and I think that they should.
How dare they?
I don't think they should do
bastards.
that. I really think that they should be catering to the highest level player possible to make everyone strive for that.
But I mean, like,
because if you have nothing to work for, okay, here's an example. At least five, it could be more at this point, raid groups have downed everything on Mythic.
Yeah.
To this day, right now, at least 5 raid groups have already done all of Mythic raiding. LFR isn't even open yet.
But
you can't even do all of the content in LFR.
Yes.
And they've already downed Mythic.
Yeah.
So what do?
But
That's what I'm talking about. It's like, if you were a top-tier raid group, wouldn't you want to raid and, try your best and struggle?
Yes.
And I think getting into that is even more exciting.
Frost was going to say something.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, you could argue that, yes, they're making it easier. Maybe you're just becoming better. I don't know. But, they always streamline everything. You always try to streamline everything. I
understand.
In vanilla, you had to literally go to the dungeon to do them, right? Or
to
go to the raid. They always just try to make something easier. You always have to appeal to the greater audience just because that's how it works. That's how marketing
and
works.
I understand that, but it's just not what I would decide to do. Sure. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go back to vanilla.
Let's just go back to the level of difficulty that was set forth by vanilla.
I just want it to be less. I guess I don't know. I want it to be less accessible. That's it. I want it to be less accessible because
that's a weird thing for somebody to say, but I understand what you're saying.
It's because
people that play WoW
the
for a
fact
while
that
get
it's
it.
so accessible makes it not special.
Okay.
Everybody's done it.
Speaking of
why do
special,
I
Tom
have
has
to
to
do
say something.
Yes, basically the first thing we're talking about, the Burning Crusade compared to current rating,
yes,
is that Burning Crusade, even if you made a new character, if you just started, you had to go from Karazhan to then to go through everything to go up to top tier content. Now it's like, hey, I started the game, I boosted a character, I'm in endgame content. Rob's fucking caught up to me when I did mythic level rating last patch.
Yes. It diminishes the hard work that legitimate raiders put in. Yes, you're right.
Can
on your own.
Make a comparison into something that.
Go ahead.
That
Is it about the French?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Something that I understand more clearly.
It's about the French.
Is like Halo and Gears. Have you ever played
Oh boy, let's do this.
Halo.
Oh, he's comparing Halo and Gears. Frost and I are
Do we have another hour? Or? When's
Halo
dinner?
and Gears, in comparison to what you're saying about World War One.
Yeah.
Halo 2 and Gears 1 were objectively much more difficult games to get good at than
Yes.
Halo 4, 2,
Yes,
3,
I agree.
Halo 3, 4, and Reach.
Yeah.
Reach 4.
No, he's
and
right.
4, Reach,
He's right.
and 3 were infinitely easier to get good at.
Yes.
Infinitely easier. And they made it more noob friendly. They made it so that in Halo or in Gears, if you got the first shot on me, Pretty much, if I was good enough, I can turn around and kill you. In Gears of War 2, it's like if you got the first shot on me, I'm pretty much dead.
Yes.
There was no way I can outskill you.
With
so you're saying the same thing about Warlords of Draenor because they make it more accessible to more players.
Yes.
It makes the higher ranked people less special and less like, oh, I want to strive for this, and then that way it becomes more rewarding.
Difficulty makes it such that you want to work harder at that game,
Exactly.
and therefore you love your successes more.
For you.
For you.
For you, because you appreciate
Sure.
how hard it
For
was.
us.
But then you realize there's so many people who struggled with the original game, like being like just
that they were completely turned off by it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So like you understand how like a game company such as Bungie has to make the game more accessible to everyone, even though it kind of sucks for players who like to be the best at a hard game. You know
but then the thing is that you see the audience drop off.
Yeah.
Because nobody plays Halo anymore. Nobody plays Gears anymore. Gears of War Judgment sold less than Gears of War 1 did.
Yes.
And Gears of War 1 was a new IP.
Yeah.
So when you make something special, you just have to trust your audience and say the hardcore players will attract the
people that you should be catering to, as Hillman was saying, it being less accessible, so that people that are actually hardcore rating at endgame, those are your true fans. The rest of them are fair weather, and you can't really like depend on them when you're going into like a sales meeting with all of your investors and say, here are the numbers and stuff, and here's the projected sort of stuff. You are so much more secure when you cater to your core instead of all of your outliers.
It's hard because you can't trust that those people will evangelize your game.
Exactly.
But if you do make something special and they evangelize, that's what makes your game popular and special.
Yes, but I agree.
At the end of the day, Blizzard is a business. If there is more money from catering to casual players, then they will cater to casual players.
They will.
Like, it's unfortunate, but if hardcore games don't sell, they're not gonna sell. They're not gonna make a hardcore game.
We do have to start wrapping this up, but I want to address Josh's. He had his hand up.
2 quick additives here.
Okay.
When you compare Burning Crusade to Vanilla WoW, character classes weren't nearly as versatile as they became.
Right.
Especially if you compare them to now. Now you can go in as a paladin and you can do damage, you can tank, you can heal. Whereas back in vanilla, you wanted to do damage as a paladin, you'd be laughed right out of your raid group. There was no way. You were a healer or you were a tank. That was it. So
are you arguing that? Because he's saying that the difference between vanilla and Burning Crusade was
I think that added
class
to the
flexibility. By the way,
I think that added a lot to the difficulty of vanilla. Vanilla was hard because you had these cookie cutter specs that you had to be. You didn't have any other options.
Yes.
It was less accessible. Also, you have to look at that.
Yeah, so that's what we were saying too. So
vanilla also focused on major raid groups of 40+ people.
Yes, 40-man raids.
Organizing that was insane.
I've been waiting for this to come up this entire conversation.
Yeah,
That's accessibility.
Lack of accessibility.
That's true. Every single Friday night or something like getting a determined raid group, even 20 people was asking for way too much. It's impossible to control 40 people over any sort of voice chat client or anything.
Can our TeamSpeak hold 40 people?
Our TeamSpeak can hold 40 people. Yeah, but imagine this, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I can't imagine this 10 years ago.
It would be just ridiculous.
April, last person before we move on.
I was just going to mention that everyone talks about the accessibility and the difficulty changes.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind that the type of people who are playing WoW and generic MMORPGs for any amount of time are more than likely going to be the hardcore people before they introduce the noob shit tier crap. But before they opened that up, most people were hardcore people who like challenges.
Yeah.
And they will continue to play.
The interesting thing about what you're saying is you're echoing the point that hardcore people will keep playing.
Repeat it.
Okay. Can you summarize that better? I already moved on mentally to respond to her, so can you go back and summarize it?
No, I don't.
Okay. What you were saying was that hardcore people that are playing, they should be catered to, basically, right?
No, I was just saying that all the arguments that are comparing the differences in the difficulties and the experiences, they need to be contextualized to understand the type of people who are playing both sides.
Okay, that's fair.
How about this? Nothing is going to change about this game until the people who bitch about it stop paying for it.
Yeah.
Because anyone who pays for this game and continues to bitch is not following their own.
They bitch
Yeah.
because Blizzard listens to them.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that they do. If Blizzard didn't, they wouldn't bitch nearly
They're
as
a
much.
good company. They
That's
do.
the thing.
I don't
right,
know,
and
but I
I
agree with
wouldn't
that.
say that's a
Okay.
fault of Blizzard. I feel like they're trying to do what they think is right for their game and for their player base. But yeah, I don't know. We really need to wrap this up because we've been here for a while.
Yeah.
So was there? If you guys want to respond to the original question, which was, do you feel like you've been ripped off by Warlords of Draenor? And then what was the next one?
We never covered it, so how about do you feel ripped off by Warlords of Draenor?
Okay, let's just do
Leave it
that.
at
You can send your emails to thehearthshow@gmail.com. And if you want to send us a voicemail, I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but it is going to be in the show
Hold
notes.
on, I got it.
So is it 4614 Hearth?
No, it's 6 something.
8 weeks, right?
Huh?
8 weeks?
8 weeks.
That you guys been doing this?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
phone number though. I don't
Yeah.
even know my mom's phone number.
Oh, it's I don't think shit.
Here we go. I got it. It's 6814 Hearth or 443-2784.
Okay, there you go. You heard it here. Send us voicemails and stuff, and then we'll do them
Yeah, do
on
it.
Saturday. But until then, we'll do the pre-brawl on Wednesday.
Yep.
And other than that, we're gonna peace out. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, all that good stuff. And thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Sargent, for being great supporters on our Patreon. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
You can support this show specifically at patreon.com/thehearth. You can also visit patreon.com/warfinch for our general stuff, and then visit our website warfinch.com for all of our other shows. And that's going to do it. Bye. Thanks.
Ciao.
Bye. Let's slap him. Bad idea.